Hi there, it's Galen, design team member with Unity Stamp Company. Today I have a sweet card that I used Copic markers with Distress ink for color, and I'm using a stamp by Unity Stamp Company and Phyllis Harris Designs called The Sun Upon Your Face. It's really sweet. It has this girl and a really uplifting sentiment. I die cut those with, I die cut the papers with My Creative Time scalloped stitched rectangular dies, and I used a piece of cardstock or paper from the Happy Planner from 2018. I had some paper left over from that, and I use that all the time. I try to. I'm using a side fold card, A2 card base with Distress ink blending. I use Distress ink colors of spun sugar and peacock feathers. And for color on the girl and that top layer, I use Copic markers. For the face and skin, I like to use different colors of tan and light tan colors. My go-to way of doing it is just starting with the lightest shade, adding a little bit of a darker shade and any accent color like the pink for the cheeks, and a little darker around where I think the shading might be, under the neck and along the hairline, and maybe just under the dress. I go a little bit darker, not too dark. And then I will also come in again with that lighter color and blend that out a little bit. And if I need to, I'll go in with 2 or 3 different colors of different sets of layers just to get the hue or the color that I like. Whatever I'm happy with. I'll stop earlier sometimes, just, with different types of images like flowers, but faces also, they can be a little difficult, but it's always best to start lighter and then go darker in close family shading, like light grays or light tans. For the dress, I went in with a lightest turquoise, then I come in with a medium color tone turquoise for the creases and where I think shadows will be. And then I come in again with that lighter color. That's just sort of what I do for each section. I'll do the same with the hair. And for the wispy parts of the hair that go across the body, the part that ends up in the front of her, I thought they were a little too dark, so I went in with a 0 marker and blended some of those out. The 0 has a little bit of a bleaching effect, and I kept them there. I just lightened them up. I didn't want them to be so harsh looking on the outside of her in the front. So then I go in with a little bit of a darker shade to bring out highlights of the lighter shade. So I'll come in with a darker shade for the hair, and then I'll blend that out with a lighter shade. Again, alternating light to dark to light again, and sometimes adding even more dark. Now I come in, just to finish this, I added a little green in Copics for the wispy grass lines at the bottom, and I go from bottom up. Now for the edges, to blend that, I added a pink shade with a makeup brush that I use only for crafting. And I just use circular motions over and over again. So I just sped this up because it's not as fast of a process, but it's the same over and over. Just circles of whatever shade you want and going over and over until you get the color and the hue that you'd like. To remove it, I just rub it onto scrap paper. It removes a lot of the color. I add peacock feathers, Distress ink, along the edges of the background just to give it a little bit of a little blended look to that background panel. I heat set both of those panels to make sure that the ink was dry before I added it to the card base. And then I just add double-sided tape to the background and foam tape to the top layer to finish. Thanks so much for watching. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to my YouTube. Have a great day.